Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Jaron Fit, man. So let me break this down to you a little bit more. That was a little demonstration exercise. I'm gonna go more in depth into what I was talking about, or what I'm about to talk about right now. Alright, so what I want you guys to start thinking about is trying to break your body down into different sections. You know, just because, you know, we say chest doesn't mean you have to work your full chest in one session. Sometimes it's better to work your chest in with something like shoulders, because the muscle works together. All right, so right now, before we even start, let's do a little test right now. Do what I do. You can put your hand right here on your upper pec, right where your upper pec meets where the upper pec meets the delts, front delts. All right. What I want you to do is now lift up and do a pressing motion, right? And I want you to flex. Do you not feel your chest, upper chest, moving or being engaged when you do those pressing movements? The only time the upper chest really does not get engaged is on raises. If you do raises, I feel a little bit of chest stimulation, but it's not as much as a press. All right, so the chest is engaged in a pressing movement. So that is something to think about when you set up your training. All right. What I do is I usually do my incline bench on shoulder days, because my chest is already being trained and my shoulders are already being trained anyway. So for me, it just made sense to go ahead and do that. That was the same thing with my traps. I'll keep this on chest, but I did the same thing with traps. I realized when I was working on my back, my traps were getting blown up anyway, so why didn't I go ahead and do my traps? So, you know, I got pretty decent traps, you know what I'm saying? So what I want you to think of, like I said, when you think of how the physique is, look at it. See how that upper pec right here ties directly in to the shoulder muscle. There has a direct correlation here. You see that? I can't even flex my delt properly without getting that upper pec. See that muscle right there? Look at it. See, it connects. It directly engages right there. That is upper pec right here. Mid pec to lower pec. So how would you break this down in the training? This is what I recommend. So if you're doing shoulders, like I just said, use incline, boom, and your military press. But the thing is, a military press and an incline is almost the same thing, with an exception of a few degrees. So you can angle it to where you're getting the best of both worlds. I talked about in previous videos where you almost do a slightly, instead of doing my military press here, I go slightly back like that. So it's a shoulder slash incline press, and you get the best of both worlds. As you can see, like I said, you get that nice top filled out chest, what you're trying to get. Let me move this here. The diamonds. No, I'm just playing. What you're trying to get with your upper chest is a straight line, basically, to come across here. You want to get a line so you can show the separation. See, what you want is that. So the separation between upper pec, mid pec, and low pec. You want to show separation, detail. Which, bam, see that? See that? Separation, that's what you're going for. You want separation from pec, into the shoulders, boom. Separation, detail. You know what I mean? So that comes with smart training. Like I said, I would recommend doing the mid chest to lower chest, and you know, with mid chest to lower chest on like a chest and back, with chest and back. All right, so mid chest and lower chest on your chest and back day. On your shoulder day, like I said, try to figure out a way to incorporate that into shoulder day. I would highly recommend it. I don't think you will go wrong with that training method. As you can see, that's what I employ. Once I stop thinking of chest, and start thinking smartly, my chest developed. So like I said, I would work my upper pecs with my military presses and all that other stuff, of my raises and stuff like that. And when I would do my mid to lower chest, like I said, that's when I would do my bench and obviously my decline work and my dip work, you know. And to be honest, man, that's when I would do a lot of my side lateral raises as well. So I do my shoulder days differently. So my shoulder days are press days. I'll do raises to warm up, but my raises are not really done on shoulder days, because like I just didn't work for me, you know. So I maybe want to think about that type of training method, breaking the body down, like I say, how your body works and how it functions properly. And that's how I, you know, end up getting more results and more, like I said, more muscle development. So hopefully this little tip will help you guys out, you know. And that exercise I was showing you previously, I like that because as you can see, like, and what I do is I have the dumbbell here facing up like this, and at the top of the movement, I twist the dumbbell. And as you can see, it's a combo exercise. So it's like, see how my chest is, like me even going like even raising my hands up like that. You see how the chest is engaged as well? See that? How my chest is engaged? So when I do that exercise seated, I'm doing is chest and shoulders. Chest and shoulders. I'm using it's a chest and shoulder exercise for me. Boom. That think outside the box a little bit, and you gotta go with the stimulation. When we give out tips and whatnot for technique and form, that's just, from my perspective, is to get you to think a little bit more, because we're all not built the same. Some people have longer arms, longer torso, shorter torsos, so our muscle insertions and our ranges of motions will be different. So someone may feel an exercise better with palms closer together. Someone else may feel it a little better with the hands farther apart. You're gonna only know that through trial and error. So like I said, I'm just trying to open your mind to think of these things. But if you're having no problem with development, you know, then it's gonna cost you nothing, pay you no mind. But if you do want to get developed, man, like I said, you have to think outside the box. So think about that. Breaking the body down, upper, you know, for presses and the upper pecs and all of that. And then definitely get a rest day in between those shoulder days, man, because shoulders can get burnt out really, really fast. And you're thinking you're not making gains, but your shoulders are just fatigued, you know, from doing all the pressing, lifting, and all that. So give them more rest in between. And cut down on the volume. I see a lot of people doing a lot of reps and stuff for the shoulders. I really don't recommend that. I mean, I recommend the reps, but not the sets. For the raises, absolutely go high volume. Raises, high volume. Presses, stay low volume. But be safe, man. I always say, man, cut it off one rep too soon for your shoulders and backs and things of that nature, man, because we don't want to snap no shoulders and things of that nature, because that's when you usually get hurt from the strain and grunt, man. Like, you always hit another set. You can always throw 2 more pounds onto the bar, 5 more pounds onto the bar, and grab another set. But if you blow your shoulders out the sockets, there will be none of that. So, like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. All these tips and stuff, like things are in my downloadable programs. I give out plenty of tips. You know, I feel like you can always go somewhere to, you know, get a new exercise or something like that, but the philosophy and the why and the how to do it, I think that also matters, man, because, you know, if you get the how and the why and the what, you're more apt to understand it, more apt to do it, as opposed to me just saying, hey, this is a good exercise, try it. This is why I think this, you know, so now I feel like you have a better success rate of executing these things. So that's how I like to break it down my way. I can be scientific, a little bit of hood stuff in between with it, you know what I'm saying? That's how I like to do it, you know, that's my spiel on things. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys some different insight, and be thoughtful of your training. Train with intensity, but sometimes, man, sometimes I get people, man, sometimes I think you gotta go, you know, more activity, more go. You know, be safe, don't do no crazy form or nothing like that. But sometimes you have to make mistakes falling forward, and then you know, correct. But there's too much question asking. Sometimes you have to just lift weights and train. Be safe, you know what I mean? Don't hurt yourself. Learn proper form and technique, but be safe. You know, be safe. But sometimes you got to go after it, you know, and everything else will come and fall into place. Because really, a lot of people that hit me up for coaching, you're not too far away from your goals. They have just a couple corrections here and there, and usually it's intensity. And the biggest thing is intensity. It's too much waiting around. You know, you got to get after it. You know, you have to be right now. Let's go and let's get it. So I hope you guys got something from this video. What a little exercise I showed you too. So any questions, please comment down below, man. Strength, like I said, strength is one of the most important things that I like to focus on, because we're trying to build muscle. I mean, yes, I'm a fitness person, but strength is my primary, you know, focus with mobility and the things that I talked about in the last video. So, like I said, to have a top-notch physique, man, you have to have some nice shoulders mixed in with the traps, and you definitely want those upper pecs to be looking nice, man, because that's what's gonna show on your t-shirt, your sweater, even your jacket, man. That stuff shows through your body, man. So hope you guys like this. Hope you're enjoying the more content and the more frequent uploads. Hit them with a pose one time, some belt action. Oh, see what I'm saying? Belt action.